Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be covering how to install vRP, which is the other version of ESX. It is basically Essentials mode, but built on a completely different framework. You have two options when setting up your FiveM server. You can either use ESX, which is what we will primarily be covering on the channel, as that is the preferred method for server hosting and things like that. And that's what a lot of the scripts are built off of, that we will be using and we will be developing for. Anytime we do a custom script development on the channel here, we will also be covering it for... I won't be covering it on the channel, per se. I'll be covering the ESX side of things, if there's anything that ties directly into ESX. And then for vRP, I'll try to get that version developed as well, and released. So all the scripts and stuff we develop on the channel in the future will be available to the public for the public to use. With that being said, let's get right into it. I haven't installed vRP in years, so there is some updated stuff, as well as we have a little, on GitHub here, we have the whole FiveM script thing. We can pull it up over here. Excuse me. This will be linked down below if you saw in the previous video where we covered ESX. Everything we need added to the server will be linked down below, as well as there will be a download file for everything we covered and configured in this episode. So if you want to completely just skip this episode and download that stuff and set it up yourself, by all means do that. Just drop a like on the video. That way we can boost this stuff up, because we are going to be going into very, very in-depth tutorials on how to set all this stuff up. So, what we need to do, I'm going to drag this over to our other screen so we can have it up over there. We need to extract this to our desktop. And we have a complete, fresh, brand new FiveM server we will be working on. I have the ESX one drug off to another monitor so we don't get the two folders confused. I don't know how we would. One set up for ESX, one set up for vRP. The thing that at least that I know how vRP works and how I've worked with it in the past, is just dragging and dropping everything into the resource folder. We'll see if things have changed. We'll see if things are different. But that's how it looks like things are different. It actually looks like it might be much more straightforward. Okay, yeah, the way this is set up here is how we're gonna have to do it. And they conveniently give us a start command, which is just telling you to use a code and everything. We don't need that. That's unimportant to us. We don't need does the server.cfg come with? Okay, so this comes with everything already set up for us. But we will be covering it differently. We won't be using this. We will be adding everything ourselves. So it looks like we do need another database. So let's go ahead and start by getting that set up in HeidiSQL. So we're just going to open up our FiveM. We can have multiple servers here. As you can see, we have the essential mode server. The only thing we need to do is go, where are you? Create. Oh, okay. Click on there. Create new database, and it wants us to create a vRPFX database. And I believe it should come with the database files. Unless it comes with something else. Gotta figure this out. So this is a master folder. I don't see a master folder. Okay, copy the folders inside. Okay, inside of master on to your FFX server resources folder. Do not copy the master folder itself. Copies. Go to VR VRP-CFG to enter in your... Okay. So what we're going to do, since this is going to be fairly straightforward, we'll do a lot of copying of files, because this is going to be a much shorter video. Resources. So it wants us to copy everything, which will just drag and drop everything and move it over to the folder. I'm going to keep some stuff left out, as well as like this kind of stuff here, because we don't need this. We will copy the stuff out of the server folder, but it wants us to go into now, go to VRP CFG base. So VRP CFG base.lewis, that'd be up here, and it wants us to enter in our database stuff, which is fine. Everything there is default, which is how we need it. Perfect. So we are going to go, and we're just going to copy all of this stuff here. And we are going to copy it into our actual server.cfg that we set up, because that gives us extra stuff that we have for scripting. So one thing that we will be covering in depth for the other side of things is these vehicles here, which we will actually probably be stealing from this folder set. Let's take a look into here. Police vehicles. Yeah, and we'll cover how to set all that kind of stuff up. So, whilst your services, set your server name, make sure it's so it looks like all we have to do now is start our server. Fingers crossed, things launch and work perfectly. Things aren't launching and things aren't working. There we go. It took a minute. Allow access. And it is creating all of our script environments. So it looks like we are getting some errors. But we will see if we can, let's see, asset, Firebird. Okay, so it's just warning us about stuff. Script error and reference across system argument such a format of the installation string does not conform to specifications starting at index 0. We're not going to worry about that. So let's launch FiveM. Actually, before we launch FiveM, we want to check our database. Because vRP is set up differently, I want to see if all of the server-related stuff have gone into vRP. So we're going to be closing out of this here as soon as it launches, and we can. Beautiful. So let's open up. Okay, so it loads everything in. It has, okay, beautiful. vRP is kind of the entry-level scripting side of things that is very much object-oriented for FiveM. It's really cool, but I prefer with server hosting and everything Essentials mode because that's what most people develop for. So, now that we know that everything is in there, let's go ahead and launch and we'll test a couple of things out. This is going to be a much shorter video, and I won't drop any sort of links. I'll just give you the actual folder. Because with the actual, just the link to download everything off of GitHub will work just fine. So probably in our next tutorial video, we will be covering adding in a custom menu, configuring a couple of things with that. That'll be more of a development type of thing. I will get one developed. So that'll be our first development video, but I will probably cover... It'll probably, now that I'm thinking about it, it'll probably take me a minute or two to actually get something set up and developed and tested on my own to make sure it's working. And in those type of videos, when we do the install of the script, we will, if it's not one that's dependent on it, on Essentials mode or something like that, that's required to one specific end of the spectrum or not, it will be a basic, here's how you install it on both vRP and ESX. So we have a resource warning, which is fine and dandy. When we're waiting on scripts, this is part of the reason why I don't like vRP, because of how long it takes to load in. I don't know what's going on with our menu at the moment. Why don't we have a character model? Press K to use the menu. Okay, there we go. It just took us a minute to pop up in. So you can see we have a bunch of different stuff here. New identity. Enter your first name. Press tab to finish. Enter your age. We'll go 29. Paid $100. So we have a bunch of different things here. What's over here? So it's a business directory. A lot of this stuff you will see. So we can buy a driver's license. And then back here, I believe, is where we actually select what job we want. And we don't have any missions set up for us.
You just touched me. So rude.
No, I didn't. And we have a completely different server-side map. So let's check some things out. We have some cool things we can do with vRP. I'll spawn us in a vehicle. We'll go to sports. And it looks like this is a replace. So I have on for testing and everything, with some stuff with getting everything set up. So let's go try to purchase some fuel, just testing to make sure everything is working. See, one thing it doesn't do is it doesn't give you the actual blips and stuff, and holy hell, everything is a cluster at the police station. So we will check out some of the police vehicles. I myself am not personally a fan of replace, because I like to keep all of the grips. So it's like if we look here, we actually have to click through to select how many liters we want. And it will actually start pumping up like that. Which is something I don't particularly like. We will cover a good fuel script for ESX. Let's go over here. So we can do slash. So we can't select our police job, but maybe since we are a super admin, we can spawn everything in. Can't even see. Oh, we gotta go. No, we go this way. On my end, the map is broken. Your map should not be broken for you guys. It is something going on with my FiveM. I'll have to clear the cache and everything. That was weird. But we should be able to go back here. Because we are not a police. Let's see. How do we give ourselves the police job? Because I don't think I can access it. Okay, so we can actually enter the armory. I guess because we are... But we can't do anything with it. There's also invisible stuff in here. But we can take a look at some of the police vehicles and stuff. Some stuff we're going to be showing off in one of the next episodes. So, I'm going to Alt-Tab real quick. Pop open the server here. Go to resources. And we're going to go to no, not job vehicles. I want police vehicles. Let's take a look at the Ford Explorer. So we can spawn this in by through our mod menu. So this one is HWA. So we have stuff like this. Which this is cool. We will be able to set up police lights. Trying to figure out. Oops, F gets us out of the vehicle. There should be a command actually. One of these should turn on. Okay, well I guess not, but let's check out this handling. It has good handling. These are some of the vehicles we will be using. On our server when we actually get things set up. Let's take a look at another vehicle. Let's take a look at the Charger. So this is just Police 2. So it does have a lot of replace. But we will be looking at actually getting these as add-ons. Oh, whoops. Oh, that vehicle damage. Let's hit something at high speed. We have God mode on. At least we should. Slam into this barricade over here. Our car should be dead. But we can type in /fix and get it repaired. I believe. Oh, you must be. And /db deletes the vehicle. So we'll take a look at one or two more cars, and then we'll call that the video here. Just some stuff that you will see in the actual server and stuff that we do. Let's see. So we need to run up here for this. Spawn vehicle by name. We'll take a look at the fire truck. This is how we spawn things in through testing. This is just kind of making sure things work. And then we have the ambulance. We'll show that, and then we'll show, like, actually no, we won't show the ambulance. We'll show some civ cars. Civilian cars. Sure, let's spawn in. This is an add-on car. So this will. Whoops. So, because this here has a custom handling done to it. So this is how you test to make sure a car has good handling. You jerk it back and forth, and if it doesn't, it'll flip over. So we know that custom add-on scripts are working. Let's see, what are these truck ones? So let's spawn in a Sand King. Because this is a replace. Oh. It spawns in a retarded as hell car. So we do have, like, let's see, Ford. Whoops. This one's just called Ford H. Oh my god, those tires have broken textures. And it looks like this has terrible... God, terrible. So there you will run into issues and stuff like that. Is this an add-on? This appears to be an add-on. I'm actually curious. Oh, motorcycle. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Oh my god, we are going fast. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Thanks so much for watching. Goodbye.